Juventus goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny calls Chelsea the best team in Europe right now. Wojciech Szczesny believes Chelsea should be considered as the best team in Europe following their 4-0 demolition of Juventus in the Champions League on Tuesday evening. Thomas Tuchel's side booked their place in the Champions League knockout phase with an emphatic result against Juve at Stamford Bridge. Manchester City and Bayern Munich have been installed as early favourites to win the Champions League this season. But former Arsenal goalkeeper Szczesny believes Chelsea are the team to beat and made Juventus look like a middle-class team. When asked by Polsat Sport if his experience of playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is the same as it was during his time at Arsenal, Szczesny replied, "Yes, only their team plays even better, because at the moment I think they are the best team in Europe. You have to congratulate them and try. Maybe not in the near future, but try to catch up with them. Chelsea were in control of this game and we weren't really able to face them. Much was missing. In practically every element of the game, we faced a better team. The score really reflects what the difference between the teams was today, so it's hard to say one thing that made that score. Rather, we just had a big class and middle-class team on the pitch." Trevoh Chalobah sends message to Chelsea's academy players after scoring first Champions League goal. Trevoh Chalobah has sent a clear message to Chelsea's academy players after scoring his first ever Champions League goal during the 4-0 win over Juventus on Tuesday. Chalobah opened the scoring for Chelsea in the 25th minute of the crucial group stage match against the Old Lady, when he lashed in a shot from inside the box, after a corner was chested down by fellow defender Antonio Rudiger. The 22-year-old academy graduate was overcome with emotion after scoring on his Champions League debut, as he celebrated by falling to his knees and pushing his hands together. Speaking after the match, Chalobah reacted to his goal, while also sending a message to the other young players at the club about what is required to break into the first team. "I just had to put as much power as I could behind my shot and that's what I did," Chalobah said. "It meant a lot. When I was a young kid I used to watch the Champions League. To now be involved and getting a goal is very emotional. For a young player to play for a club like this, consistency is needed. That's what I've tried to add to my game. For me I have to set an example for the younger kids coming up because it's not easy, but hard work pays off if you keep going and believing in yourself. I'm enjoying it." Chalobah was also awarded the Man of the Match trophy for his fine display, something he was over the moon to receive. "It's my first ever individual trophy and I'm delighted to get this, and I'm glad for the win as well," he added. "Our main focus was to get the win and to get the job done. We knew the problems they would cause us. We nullified them and the attack did its job." Chelsea ready to sell Christian Pulisic to a club outside the Premier League for £42 million. Christian Pulisic has asked to leave Chelsea with the Blues ready to let him go, if it is to a club outside the Premier League and providing their £42 million valuation is met. The 23-year-old forward enjoyed an impressive first season in English football after arriving at Stamford Bridge for a fee of £58 million in 2019. Injuries have hampered his progress, however, with the USA international missing 14 games in total this season, starting twice in all competitions. When fit, Pulisic has seldom been high in the pecking order under Thomas Tuchel, with Callum Hudson-Odoi's excellent form of late pushing him further down that list. According to El Nacional, Pulisic is now tired of waiting for his chances in West London, with his agent asking the club to sanction a move ahead of the January transfer window. The former Borussia Dortmund star is said to have already received a number of proposals, with Chelsea ready to let him leave for the right offer. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is a long-term admirer of the American and, according to the report, has already informed the player of his hopes of bringing him to Anfield. Chelsea, however, have no intention of strengthening a Premier League rival and will only sell to a club outside of England. Barcelona are also keen to sign Pulisic and have identified him as a possible alternative to Manchester City star Raheem Sterling. But the La Liga giants will encounter the same problems if they turn to Chelsea forward, with the Blues demanding £42 million for the player, a price Barcelona cannot afford with the club still battling a financial crisis. Barcelona are exploring options to sign players on loan without the obligation to buy. However, Chelsea, under no pressure to sell, will not negotiate on their price. Thomas Tuchel responds to Mauricio Pochettino calling Chelsea a «defensive team». Thomas Tuchel says he paid no attention to suggestions that his Chelsea side are too defensive and always puts his team out to score goals after they thumped Juventus 4-0 on Tuesday night. They have also only let in 4 goals in the Premier League, which prompted Paris Saint-Germain boss Mauricio Pochettino, whose side have been rather more porous, to describe them in somewhat unflattering terms. "Chelsea have a defensive team," said the Argentine coach, who is being linked with the Manchester United job, when asked about his own side's frailties. "They play in transition and on the counter." But Tuchel rejected that description of his team, insisting he puts as much emphasis on attacking as defending, and played down suggestions the big win over Juventus has silenced any critics of Chelsea's style of play. Asked if it was frustrating to hear Chelsea described as defensive, and whether that tag has now been disproved, Tuchel replied, "I don't listen too much to what people say about us. I feel into my team and I feel into our staff with what we feel comfortable with, and I felt from day one very brave in our approach to defending. We had instantly a lot of ball possession always, so from there we tried to create chances and to be dangerous. Then comes a new season and we try to recreate it. The group is a bit new and things are like this, in some moments things come a bit easier and you catch momentum. This is clearly the case now and full credit to the guys. But we are not so worried about what people say about us. We want to be strong in all parts of this game. It is a very complex game. Some moments you have to defend strong and some you find the spaces to attack a bit easier than in other moments. It is so complex and we do this together. It stays a team effort, and this is the outstanding characteristic of this team. It is a strong group, it is a determined group, it is a hungry group, and it's a pleasure to coach them. So full credit to them, and from here we go. There is no need to get carried away, but we can enjoy the moment and we want to continue." Gus Poyet has urged Chelsea to sign Sevilla centre-back Jules Kounde in the summer transfer window. Kounde wanted to move to Stamford Bridge last summer, with Chelsea keen to do a deal for the 22-year-old France international. The Champions League holders initially believed they had reached an agreement over Kounde's fee, only for Sevilla to raise their asking price by €15 million, £12.8 million, to €80 million, £68.5 million, a figure which Chelsea refused to match. Chelsea reportedly remain in the market for a centre-back, with Antonio Rudiger still nowhere closer to signing a new contract with the club, despite being in the final year of his current deal. And former Chelsea midfielder Poyet, who coached Kounde during his time as manager of French club Bordeaux in 2018, believes that the Blues should do everything in their power to bring the France star to Stamford Bridge. Jules Kounde played 90 minutes in every game he played for me. Jules was a very good professional from a very young age. At 19, he was already assuming responsibilities, he told Genting Casino. He was a guy who I connected with very well from the beginning. He had what I like from a centre-half. The responsibility I gave him as centre-half, with and without the ball, he understood it from the first minute, so I knew he would be very, very important for me. I was not surprised when he went to Sevilla for €25 million, because I knew he wanted to have an experience at a bigger club. And he's already won the Europa League with Sevilla, which is fantastic and important for him as well. I think he's got the quality to come to a top team in England, I've got no doubt. And if it's Chelsea, even better, because I would like to see him, and I would like him to play for Chelsea. He wants to improve all the time, he listens to the coach, he wants to train. He is very powerful, a very special boy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming to England next summer. Chelsea fear Ben Chilwell could be ruled out for the season after injury in win over Juventus. There are fears Ben Chilwell could be sidelined for the remainder of Chelsea's campaign after the left-back suffered a knee injury in the side's 4-0 victory over Juventus. Goals from Trevoh Chalobah, Reece James, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner booked the Blues a place in the Champions League last 16, but Chilwell's injury put a slight dampener on the hosts' resounding win. Chilwell, a mainstay in Thomas Tuchel's starting 11 this term, awkwardly jarred his knee with 20 minutes remaining of Tuesday's one-sided Group H encounter at Stamford Bridge. The 24-year-old appeared in some discomfort as he slammed his fist on the ground and subsequently had to be helped off the turf by Chelsea's medical staff, with Cesar Azpilicueta coming on in his place. According to The Sun and The Telegraph, Chelsea are sweating over the results of Chilwell's scan as damage to the full-back's anterior cruciate ligament could rule him out for between 6 and 9 months. The severity of Chilwell's injury would also be a concern for England's manager Gareth Southgate, with the defender involved in both of the Three Lions games versus Albania and San Marino during the recent international break. N'Golo Kanté also hobbled off with a knee problem in the first half of Chelsea's win, but the Frenchman's issue is not thought to be serious and there are hopes he could feature against Manchester United this Sunday. He has a sharp pain in the knee, unfortunately N'Golo as well. He twisted his knee a little bit, Chelsea head coach Tuchel told BT Sport shortly after the final whistle in West London. "I can tell you more tomorrow, they will both be examined." That was the only two things that were very sad because N'Golo was again fantastic until the moment he went off. Chile is in a fantastic moment, so important for him personally, so strong. Let's hope for the best. Chilwell has been in impressive form at both ends of the pitch this season, nailing down his place as Tuchel's first-choice left-back and notching up 3 goals and an assist in the English top flight. Marcos Alonso, an unused substitute versus Juventus, is likely to replace Chilwell this weekend when the Premier League welcome Manchester United to Stamford Bridge. Club captain Azpilicueta and Andreas Christensen are alternative options for Tuchel, with the latter having filled in at left-back on occasion for the Danish national team.
That is on Chelsea News today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.